Ciao, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in to episode 32 of Wine with Wanda on Instagram Live. As I say every week, what a journey it's been, but I'm so glad you've joined me on these virtual wine adventures. So today is actually a very special episode. It's what I'm calling the season finale, and I needed someone really festive and soulful and vibrant, and it's also the holiday season. So there's only one person I could think of that would bring that energy and that soul and beautiful wine, and it's the one and only José Rallo of Donnafugata Winery in Sicily. And I'm going to bring Donnafugata on. I'm going to bring José on in just a moment, but I'm going to do a brief introduction first. So what can I say? José is a fifth-generation vintner. She's CEO and co-owner of her family's award-winning winery in Sicily, Donnafugata. I just love saying that word. It actually means woman in flight, and we're going to ask José a little bit about that as well. Now, Donnafugata was founded in 1983 by José's parents, Gabriella and Giacomo Rallo, and her brother Antonio is the winemaker, so it really is a family affair. Now, they are celebrated for their terroir-driven style that really, honestly, authentically expresses the diversity and beauty of Sicilian terroir. Now, I took my first and only trip in Sicily in 2017 to visit Donnafugata, and it was the trip of a lifetime. I'm still thinking about the food, the people, the wine, the landscapes. It really is an extraordinary place. So José is a very savvy businesswoman with degrees in business and economics, but she also embraces her artistic nature, as does the winery. So when they say that José is the face and the voice of Donnafugata, they really mean it. She is a talented vocalist. She believes in the synergy of wine and music is an important part of her communication strategy about Donnafugata's wines. She has recorded 2 CDs. She's performed around the world, including at prestigious venues like the Blue Note in New York City. And so don't be surprised if she treats us to a little serenade at the end. So I'm going to bring José on in just a moment, just to show you what we'll be sipping. We're going to have the Donnafugata Sur Sur 2019. It's a lovely white wine. And then this is their flagship wine, Mille e Una Notte. This is the 2016 vintage, and this retails for about $85. The Sur Sur is about $21, and they're both part of the Sicilia DOC. So I'm going to bring José on. I'm so excited. Here we go. Sending everyone. Hi, Laura. Nice to see some familiar faces out there waiting for connection. Ah, José!
Hello, great Wanda!
Ciao,
Bella! What a great introduction you did for me.
Oh, of course, you deserve the best.
Honored, really. You are so cute, so nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was trying to remember when we first met, so I was going back. We met in 2016.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We met in 2016. You came to New York,
Exactly.
and it was a small event. And honestly, that may have been my first experience with Sicilian wines was through you in Donnafugata.
Yes.
So here we are 4 years later. It's amazing.
Yes. But we have met other times.
Oh, no? Yes, many times since then.
You said so many things about Donnafugata. You are perfectly up to date.
I try to be. But how are you? How's your family? How are things
I'm
going?
very well. Thank you so much. The family is fine. I mean, it's not easy time, but staying at home a little bit more, it's always a pleasure. I'm together with my son, who decided to start working at Donnafugata.
Oh,
wonderful. Yes, so I'm very happy about this.
6th generation.
Yes, he's starting from the beginning. He has been working in the vineyard, at the barrique cellar, at the bottling plant. He's doing the very, very basic, important things of the wine making process.
I love it.
So we are very happy. He's part of the family, okay? So
wonderful.
He's really part of the family. And
that's good.
And I'm together with my mother, who broke her leg. So,
oh no!
So I have to be, a good daughter at
Of
this
course.
moment. So I'm very happy to be at home for all these
Yes,
reasons. But you see, technology is allowing us to be in connection, to smile each other, to talk
exactly.
to other people. So, and wine is friendship.
Absolutely. Wine is key.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have
yeah,
gotten through
yeah.
these long months of social distancing without beautiful wines.
Yes, yes. You can speak about wine on the phone, on the web. It's so easy to do it.
It's
No?
true. And happy hours all day now. There are no
Exactly.
rules.
Maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago, we were thinking, oh, how would I speak about my wine? How can
Hmm.
I present my wine? How would people taste the wine? No problem. We did it. We did it.
Exactly.
And people
Exactly.
is getting crazy about wines on the web and they want to learn always more. So you are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I apologize for the New York noises in the background, but you know how Manhattan is.
Okay, okay.
So I want to step back in time a little to
Yeah.
1983 when your beautiful
Okay.
parents, Gabriella and your father, Giacomo, who's no longer with us, I know, may he rest
Yeah.
in peace. I want to talk about that journey. Your family had been making wine for generations, but in 83, they decided to start Donnafugata. So tell us a bit about that.
Yes, yes. You know, my father was very dynamic man. He was the export manager of his family winery. He was the fourth generation, and he
Hmm.
was traveling to USA. And his importer told him, Giacomo, are you looking forward to the future? You need to innovate. You need to bring out the potential of Sicily.
Hmm.
Sicily is a wonderful region, a wonderful wine region. You have to go to California and learn about the cold technology. So
Ah,
he went to California, he met Mondavi, he met Stag Sleep, a lot of beautiful wineries, and he came back to Sicily and understood that the power of the sun, the beauty of the sun that brings us fantastic, ripe, and healthy grapes
hmm.
needed cold fermentation, needed refrigerating the grapes before vinification, needed to preserve the wines in cooled cellars, and so on. So he started with this technology and he changed it completely the
Wow.
style of the Sicilian wines. And the Sicilian wines became fresh, fruity, modern, light, long life wines. Wonderful wines.
Oh, wonderful. That's a beautiful story. Now, your journey is so interesting because you're such a multifaceted woman. Clearly a savvy businesswoman, like I said, you pursued that side of your career, but you're also an artist. And you really brought that all together in your work with the family winery. Did you always know you would be a part of the business?
No, 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 no. Wanda, I escaped. Me too, I'm an escaped woman.
You the
Okay.
Donna Fugata.
I am the real one of the real Donnafugata. No, my mother is a Donnafugata. I am a Donnafugata. So I escaped my family and Sicily when I was 19 years old.
Oh.
I yes, yes. I won scholarship. I won a scholarship, so I paid my studies at university.
Ah,
I
okay.
was independent. I didn't call on the phone my parents. I was on my own. I was so happy, no?
Hmm.
And so I studied economics. Then I started working for big American companies. That
Okay.
was a great, great experience. Always thinking about I will never go back to Sicily. Sicily is a small island, a beautiful island, but too small for me.
Hmm.
And then, Wanda, I met a Sicilian man.
Ah.
And that man was a musician for passion.
Ah.
Okay, he played percussion especially Brazilian percussion.
I love it.
And I was in love with Brazilian music as a singer.
Yeah.
So we were the perfect couple.
I love it.
A singer and a percussionist.
Mm-hmm.
We called our friends for a jazz band. Our friends are all professional musicians, and we created a fantastic jazz band. And then I decided to marry this person, to go back to Sicily.
Yeah.
I changed again my life. I went back to Sicily and I started to work for Donnafugata. But I said to my father, don't forget, I am also an artist.
Mm-hmm.
He was very worried.
Yeah.
Very worried.
Mm-hmm.
You are an artist. I didn't know. I am an artist. And what do you want to do as an artist for Donnafugata? I want to sing. You want to sing? No, this is not possible. He didn't agree. And as I'm always a little bit rebel, I said, okay, you are invited at the Jazz Club. You are coming and listen to me, and then you will tell me your answer. Because I always want to prove,
of course,
my ability. And he was in love with me and my voice and my magical formula, wine and music. Donnafugata Wine and Music.
Wonderful. Yes, you all do. You're known for your festivals that you host.
Yes.
At the winery. So,
yes.
So let's get back to the name for a second. So Donnafugata, woman in flight.
Okay, so
Donnafugata. I know the backstory, but let's share it for people who may not know where that name comes from.
So it was 1983, and Sicily was not really yet a famous wine region. Mm-hmm. So my mother and my father was thinking about the name that could be, could have an appeal, could be evocative. Mm-hmm. So they thought about a very famous novel, The Leopard. Mm-hmm. This is the most Italian and Sicilian famous novel and the most translated novel in the world. Oh. So Donnafugata is essential part of this novel. Is a place where it happened a lot of things. Love affairs, political affairs, everything happens into the palace of Donnafugata.
I love it.
Yeah, and why this palace is called Donnafugata? Because Donnafugata means escaped woman. Mm-hmm. And this woman was a queen who took refuge in this palace. Ah. And that's why the palace were the palace of Donnafugata.
I love it.
But, as I told you before, there are many Donnafugata in the Donnafugata story. My mother is a Donnafugata. Mm-hmm. She was a teacher, English teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, she inherited the vineyards and she decided to escape her past life of teacher and to become a viticulturist. Mm-hmm. I have been an escaping woman. So, and our winery is an escaping woman because we are always looking forward. So it's a kind of, mentality, philosophy, a mood. We are always looking forward.
I love it. You instantly resonated with me. And I think every woman, every person can relate to breaking away and fleeing. And, let's talk a little bit, about Sicily, the Sicilia DOC. And I think one of the things you've done beautifully is you've shown the diversity that Sicily isn't just kind of a one-dimensional wine region. Yeah. And so you're kind of been the pioneers, but other people are part of this now. And overall, you've been so instrumental in raising the quality level of wines in Sicily.
Well, Sicily is really a big, big team. Mm-hmm. We are acting as a team. Sicilia DOC is a denomination, it's a brand, and it's a big team made of hundreds of wineries, thousands of viticulturists. we are working all together. We are acting together in terms of research and development, in terms of promotion, in terms of enhancing our culture of winemaking, and also our sustainable practices. We are really cooperating to exchange the results, the practices that one is doing and the other one is trying to improve. And so really it's something special for Italy, because I must tell you that many other important Italian wine regions are a little bit surprised by what Sicilians are doing in terms of team building and acting as a whole.
I love that.
Yes, and I can say that this kind of common culture and common value that we have are also giving some results in terms of the quality of the characters of our wines, because the climate is of course the Mediterranean climate, no? So mild climate, not too rainy, windy climate, perfect condition, and we have a big diversity, as you said before. We are cultivating on volcanic soils, on normal soils, on the mountain up at 800 meters on the level of sea, or by the sea, on a hilly countryside. Absolutely. So very, very diverse. But the character of Sicilian wines is a friendly impact, very smooth, round because of the sun. So a friendly impact, pleasant wines, but complex, aromatically complex. You don't forget, they don't go away of your mouth soon. They have a persistence. So really the climate, the technique, the human skills, they are taking out of this wonderful island something special. Friendly impact, pleasant wines, but complex, unforgettable.
Well, you know, the very first Donnafugata wine that I tasted was Sur Sur, and we're starting with that today. So it's made from Grillo, which is an indigenous grape from Sicily. This retails in the US for about $21. So I love your Grillo, you know. So please tell us about it.
Okay, so Grillo, this is very important to say. Grillo is one of the 50 native grape varieties that we cultivate in Sicily. We have 50. So great diversity, great potentiality, different personality in the wines. Grillo is a very ancient grape variety. The nose is incredibly intense, fragrant, full of peaches, wild flowers. And Grillo, you can see a little bit of what I'm saying. You can find here in the label, no? Grass, white flower, fresh, something like, okay, I'm going to have a nice picnic. Which kind of wine are we going to drink today? Bottle of Grillo. It's perfect for a picnic, a gourmet picnic. And Grillo, you know, in Italian language, it means cricket. So this little girl is escaping because of the cricket.
Because of the cricket.
Because of the cricket. And cricket is also, in the Italian culture, it's like a good luck animal. Okay? So, you know, the story is very, very rich.
And Sur Sur means cricket in Arabic as well, right?
Good. Allora, Arabic language has many, many words that repeat the sound of the animal, no? In this case. So, sur, 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 sur. It's like the sound of the cricket, no? So the name Sur Sur means grillo or cricket in Arabic.
Beautiful. Even the name has a musicality to it. Sur Sur.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
But yes, the nose on this, as you said, it's just, it pulls you in.
And then fresh, so fresh. It's perfect for
Mm.
fresh cheeses or eggs or I don't know, barbecue, white meat, fish.
Beautiful texture. It's luscious, it's round, but definitely mineral, a little
Also,
salinity. Um, Beautiful fruit, that peach, the floral. Yeah, this is bringing me back to that day in 2016.
it's yeah, it's a little trip to Sicily
It really is.
in springtime. So it's perfect to be in wintertime and having a
Yes.
spring sip in your
And we all
mouth.
need some good luck right now. So I never knew that the cricket was a symbol of good luck. So
Exactly, exactly.
drink your luck, everyone. The other thing we should point out, you're known for the artistry of your labels. All of your labels are always so colorful and vivid. I know it was a year or two ago, you even had an exhibition, I believe, of the
Yes,
labels in a gallery.
exactly, exactly. We have only artistic labels, okay? Because my mother in 1994 decided to uh, change completely the packaging of our wines. She wanted to do something unusual,
Mm-hmm.
something appealing, charming. So she decided to design um, our first label, and she did Mille Una Notte label, the one
Yes.
that we are tasting later.
Yeah,
And
here
then
it is.
exactly, and then she found a person, a friend of our family, who is an illustrator, and they become so friends. They have common feeling about Sicily and about the wines. And she said, Stefano, if I ask you to describe a wine through your art, through your illustrations, can you do it? And he was in love with Sicily, with
Mm-hmm.
colors, light, and he started to make some proposals. And my mother fell in love. They were. Where is it? They were something totally new. Can you imagine?
Yes.
This was one of the first labels. So colors that never appeared on a bottle, and these women who are mysterious,
Mm-hmm.
dreaming, their eyes closed, something very, very special. It was like a scandal, you know,
I
at the
love it. I love a
beginning.
good Sicilian scandal.
it, was, it was like a scandal. Our, the clients, customers, like wine shop, were
Uh-huh.
calling the winery. What are you doing?
Oh my
What kind of
goodness.
labels are these? And Wanda, after 25 years, we are still here, and
Yeah.
our labels are considered unique, unforgettable,
Oh, they're
and
stunning. Yeah.
that's why we decided to organize an exposition in Milano, in a very special place, and we collected all the original work of arts and the labels. And the labels are not exactly the same because
Mm-hmm.
there's a graphic, uh, creativity that
Of
we put
course.
to change, to adapt the work of art to the bottle. And we received, I don't know, I think 10,000 people coming to Milano and visiting this, like the house of dreams, no, of
Yeah.
Donnafugata.
I love it. I love it. You just do such a beautiful job of weaving it from the label to the wine inside. So Mille Una Notte,
Ah,
your
Mille Una
flagship
Notte.
wine.
Yes.
You already mentioned so your mom
Yeah.
designed this label. I believe the
I'm
first vintage was 1995,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Yes. It was, the dream of my father to produce a very, very elegant top Nero d'Avola.
Mm-hmm.
It was at that time it was not so easy to speak about Nero d'Avola. Maybe you could speak about some Cabernet Sauvignon from Sicily or some Chardonnay from Sicily. We had just some success with the international grape variety, but it was difficult that people could trust the native variety.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it was difficult. So he had this kind of goal in his mind, and so he was very ambitious. My father was very ambitious. He called #1 winemaker in Italy, Giacomo Takis.
Yes.
He was the author of Sassicaia. He was the author of Tignanello, the best Italian wines. And he was in love with Sicily, our climate, and our native grapes. So it was natural for this man to come to Sicily and say, okay, Giacomo, let's work for a great Nero d'Avola. And so in 1995, this wine came out of the barrique, and my mother was so enthusiastic about it that she said, oh, Giacomo, this wine is like a storytelling. This wine is like fairy tales. How can I say? This wine is 1001 night. No, so she was, comparing the evocative power of this wine to the most important Oriental literature work of art, 1001 Night. The story of the princess was telling one story after the other, like the emotion and the sensation of this wine.
I love it. Once again, it goes, your family just has this, I think, innate genius for not just making beautiful wines, but seeing it as part of a larger environment, that it's history, that it's culture, that it's art, that it's music, that it's words, that it really is part of the Sicilian identity, that the wine doesn't stand alone. It kind of encompasses all of those things.
It's part of lifestyle. It's part of culture. It's true. I do agree. And my parents have been always very much inspired by Sicilian culture, Italian culture, beauty, and nature. They have been always very much inspired by all these, and they put all these into the wines and into our experience. And our experience, our family culture, we try to put it in the wines.
Yes, yes. So this is the current vintage that's available, right, in the U.S., the 2016.
Exactly.
It's $85. It's your flagship wine. So it's Nero d'Avola, Petit Verdot, and Syrah, correct?
Exactly. It's a wine of long aging. We are organizing also vertical tasting of 20 different vintages, and it's really fantastic how this wine gets smoother and smoother and more complex in the nose with the time. It's really velvety. I adore it, not only with the food, but also alone. Why not? A piece of chocolate or a piece of music.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's very rich, but it's not overwhelming.
Exactly.
It's rich, but it's lively and vibrant.
Exactly. Freshness has been one of our, focus, because it's very important in a solar country to be focused on freshness, because the sun, the ripening process, this is for sure. What is really important is to keep freshness.
Absolutely. And you've done that beautifully. It's not jammy. There's really layers of flavor. There's fruit, it's herbal, it's mineral, but that freshness, really beautiful wine. So let's talk about music. You gave me a nice little segue. So tell me about the music festivals that you do and your wine and music communication strategy.
Okay, so at the beginning, together with my husband, we decided to organize musical festival in summer in our winery in Marsala. We had fantastic guests.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Manhattan Transfer.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I learned something from Jenny Siegel, one of the two women of the group. She played with a glass of Mille Una Notte in her hand, a song alone, without music, only the voice and the wine. She dedicated to my father a jazz ballad, which is called "An Older Man is Like an Elegant Wine."
Oh, I don't know this song.
No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Something a word waiting for, something improved with hate, like a vintage wine, growing mellow and fine as you let it reach the proper stage. Well, wine is not alone in getting better with the years. A man is at his greatest when he's grain round the ears. So you see, it's
Brava.
really.
And I'm dedicating it to my sweetheart who has a little gray around the ears.
Okay, perfect. So this
beautiful.
was, this was really like a push for me. I said, wow, music and wine. Look how a jazz ballad can really underline the rhythm of the sensation, the music of the wine. So and that was fantastic. Then we had Pat Mitini. Pat Mitini. We had 2 concerts of Pat Mitini together with the counterbass Haden. It was so fantastic. Thousands of people in a religious silence listening to Pat Mitini. That was really a great experience. And then after those fantastic experiences, we decided we want to be protagonists. We want to sing and play our wines. So we decided to change, and we did to play the Donnafugata Music and Wine. And we started, with a truck. We put all the instruments into the truck, and we were driving for 1,000 kilometers to, I don't know, Germany, Switzerland, north of Italy. And then one day they invited us at Blue Note in Milano, and we presented our first record. And after Blue Note in Milano, we reached Blue Note in New York. And that was really unbelievable. It was, I think, 2007.
Yes, you need to do that again once the world opens up. I remember when I first met you, I didn't know, in the materials they sent, they didn't mention the music part. And I remember the 4 wines we tasted, you matched each one with the song. And I always remember with the Sur Sur, you sang Girl from Ipanema.
Exactly.
And now I know that you and your husband have this bond over the bossa nova and Brazilian music. So it was just, I never forget that moment. And I was stunned. I'm like, I like this lady. She just breaks out in song.
Yes, it's a surprise, and people is surprised when I do that. People is always surprised, and music, it's a universal language. It touched the heart immediately, a little bit like wine, but probably together they can be really
absolutely. Yeah, music and wine brings so much joy. I'm going to show the bottles before we end. So everyone, we started with the Grillo. If you need a pick-me-up, you need some good luck from the cricket, some Sicilian sunshine in your glass.
Don't forget.
This is a mood lifter, but it's a beautiful wine, this Grillo. $21. And for those special holiday meals, well, we're all eating all the time now anyway, but for those special meals, or alone, like José said, this is a beautiful wine. Mille Una Notte, it's their flagship wine. Beautiful story of the 2 Giacomos. Giacomo Takis and Giacomo Rallo came together to make this very special wine. So this is a keeper. And
I really hope to be on Spotify very soon. I hope in a couple of months with my song so that everybody can play my music and drink my wines together with my
Perfect.
music.
Well, if you ever do a music video and you need someone in the background, just kind of, call me.
Yes, yes. I know I can trust you. I know.
Well,
I'm sure.
well, is there something that we didn't cover that you would like to say about Donnafugata or Sicily in words or in a song, whatever's in your
Uh,
heart at the
I,
moment?
I, I must say that you can trust Sicily. You need to trust Sicily. You need to discover Sicily because Sicily is really a great island with a lot of culture, tradition in food, beautiful. The food
Yes.
is wonderful, and you can also make something at home. It's not so difficult to prepare, Sicilian food. You can look for recipes and try yourself to cook something and try Sicilian wines. You will discover Sicily through the scents, through the flavors, through the colors, the light of our wines. You will be in Sicily just with a sip. So I really thank Wanda because she gave us the opportunity not only to Donnafugata but to all Sicilian wines and wineries to be with you
Oh,
and to present our beautiful, beautiful opportunities for holiday, for a sipping moment and special occasion with your family, with your friends. Trust Sicily.
I love it. Trust Sicily. I'll agree to that. Well, thank you so much, Jose. Happy holidays to you and your family, the entire Donnafugata team. Laura and Baldo especially, tell them hello.
Yes, yes. And to all of you. And good luck.
Thank you. Stay safe, and I'll see you. I know we're going to see each other again one of
Yes,
these days.
again soon.
Ciao.
Ciao. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Ciao.
Ciao.